Good job.
Vanessa here. Just kidding. My name is actually Michael. That part when I said that I was Vanessa, that was a lie. So you're welcome. Humans love lies. More precisely, we love things that aren't entirely true. Because we have to. It's often all we have. Completely proving...
Such a liar, dude. He's such a Weasley little lie. He never stops lying. Michael has never stopped lying, dude. Still lying. He is, though. He fucking lies in every episode, dude.
Something can be difficult, if not impossible. So instead, we have the faith of the believer, the confidence interval of the scientist. What we think we know, we really only believe we know. On this episode of Minefield, I'm going to take a look at a kind of lie we tell ourselves. And I'm going to use belief to turn a lie into a truth.
This is the episode.
If I'm going to harness the power of belief,
No, it's not about religion in a nutshell. No, this is the episode of how Twitch chat turns memes into reality. That's what this episode is. I can't believe immediately you were like, oh, epistemology. No, it's not about ideology. It's not about epistemology. This is about a story of a man who said that he drank a little too much alcohol and he browned out in Berlin. Okay? This is the story about a man who used the term properly. And about a fucking gaslighting chat who then turned around and literally redefined the word. Redefined it. That's what this is, okay? How dreams become memes become reality.
To find a good way to study belief and behavior. So I'm paying a visit to UCLA's Dr. Aaron Blaisdell, who I worked with on last season's Greater Good Trolley Problem episode.
Oh, the unethical guy. Okay, got it.
Dr. Blaisdell.
The guy who fucking worked on the trolley shit.
Thank you for your help last season. But I've got this new thing I want to look into. I started thinking a lot about belief and how we form them. Specifically, beliefs about what causes our behavior. I want to be able to break it down and just look at how people respond to the environment around them and how it changes their belief.
Well, a Skinner box is a great place to start. Because what I tell my students is a Skinner box for a psychologist like myself is like a test tube for a chemist.
Dr. Skinner, what are you doing with this pigeon? I'm getting ready to demonstrate a fundamental principle of behavior.
Invented by Harvard psychologist B.F. Skinner, a Skinner box is a chamber in which animals can be isolated and exposed to carefully controlled stimuli.
Look away.
In one of his landmark experiments, Skinner released food to pigeons in the boxes at regular intervals. Now, what he found was that the pigeons seemed to believe that whatever they happened to be doing just before the food came actually caused the food to appear, and would then repeat that behavior over and over. For example, hopping around or spinning in circles. Skinner called this superstitious behavior. So what do you want to do? What's your dream test?
It's basically a replication of Skinner's superstitious experiment, but instead of with pigeons, with people. I would love to see...
Bro, how is this guy like a legitimate professor still? Like, it's a one-way ticket to get fired if you work with Michael Vsauce on any of his fucking unethical experiments, dude. Like, he just literally gets to... How does he get to still have a job after this? The last time he did this with Vsauce, they created the trolley experiment with humans and led people to believe that they murdered people. Like, fucking Nazi professor ass over here.
Will people develop their own sort of superstitious rituals or beliefs?
Have we done this with people before?
I don't think such a rigorous test of this has been done. I think primarily from the literature I know, it's pretty much pigeons.
B.F. Skinner's work showed that if you regularly deliver a reward to a pigeon, regardless of how it actually acts, the pigeon won't figure that out. Instead, the pigeon will develop superstitious behaviors as if it thinks it is in control, despite the lack of any evidence that it is. But what about humans? Watching people form new superstitions might show us how beliefs are created. But here's the thing. You can't just put a person in a Skinner box. People are quite clever. And so instead, along with Dr. Aaron Blaisdell, I have developed a much more elaborate ruse. Welcome to Victory Vault. Victory Vault is a fake game show.
I don't know if you're being serious about the question, but he only gets an opportunity to get around the IRB ethics board if it's not being published. Hard to get money for stuff not being published. If so, he's tenured. It's kind of a cool opportunity for him. Really? You can't get in trouble for doing like psychotic experiments that might actually mentally traumatize people? I feel like experimenting on humans in this way is like, there's an ethics board for a reason.
We made up to draw our unsuspecting subjects into taking part in a human Skinner box. To accomplish this, we rented a soundstage and constructed what appeared to be a game show set, but was really our study. We outfitted the room with a checkerboard floor, a button that serves no purpose, multiple cameras, and a live microphone, all of which have absolutely no connection.
No, not this one. This one isn't traumatizing. Well, it is still kind of fucked up, but I mean, you're literally manipulating people. But the other minefield, the trolley experiment, was really fucked up.
Connection to winning the game. We also included an ATM slot on the wall where, instead of food, dollar bills would be fed into the room at regular intervals. Now, meanwhile, I would be playing the role of the executive producer of this new game show, testing out the concept for a television network. Our first subject is Rebecca.
Yes, I know nothing, so I'm excited.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you some things that you need to know. One, you will get to keep all of the money that you get today. The object of the game is to collect as much money as possible.
Okay.
Now, you will have 10 minutes, and that's all I'm going to tell you. Go.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, Rebecca. Begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Of course, right to the button, but she's not fixated on it. She's definitely looking around
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if there's like a puzzle or what this is about. Am I supposed to just get out? No, not supposed to get out. Okay. Oh, okay, there's money. Is that one clue? I've earned $1.
See, she's earned $1. Earned. I mean, she thinks she's.
Thank you, Asteriari.
Let's see. I think I might be onto something with this door, maybe?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The second dollar bill came out really shortly after she manipulated the door.
Thank you.
That's what Skinner would call adventitious reinforcement. She accidentally just happened to be doing something, and now look.
Hello?
Look, it reinforced that behavior. Look how strong it's become. Now she's doing a lot with the door and this dancing, just like one of Skinner's pigeons. See?
For the first 2 minutes, Rebecca believed a specific combination of the door and the button were triggering the money. She had created a superstitious ritual. But when her old ritual ceased to line up with the reward being delivered, she started exploring new actions.
Would you like to keep sending money? Is it something with this? Hello, dollar bill. Would you like
This
to keep
change in
coming out,
Rebecca's
dollar bill?
behavior indicates that she's stopped believing that pressing the button is associated with money coming out. Skinner called this extinction.
Keep sending money. What if I dance?
Now it seems she believes her new actions might connect to
The real Skinner box is called late stage capitalism. Okay? That's the box that we're all in it.
the reward. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Let's try coming out again.
1,
All right.
0,
And
stop.
Okay. I don't think I solved this mystery.
Rebecca, you got some money, huh?
I did.
Come take a seat. So, first of all, how'd it go?
Very confusing. I wasn't able to fully figure it out, but it was something to do with the 20 white squares on the floor. Something to do with the red button as well, like a pattern maybe. Oh, maybe I should have tried clicking on the button 20 times.
Okay,
Yes.
you want to know what makes the money come out?
Yes. There's probably something really crazy
It's just 30 seconds passing.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with what you do. You would have gotten the same amount, but you could have just sat on the floor and done nothing.
This is great.
This is
This is great. Hey, we just embarrassed you, dumbass. Hey, dumbass, you just got fucking fooled. Dumb. Hey, Michael Vsauce here. You're a dumbass.
actually a psychological experiment based on some work done by B.F. Skinner. And we are looking at the kinds of behaviors people invent that they think controls the money. And I think this was fascinating.
Yeah.
And you you really do get to keep the money.
Yay!
Rebecca,
Cool.
thank you for your help today.
Hello?
Rebecca's rituals seem to indicate that she thought performing for the camera would work the best. Her beliefs about TV shows informed the kinds of superstitions she would create. But will other people develop the same superstitions? Or will it depend on the beliefs and expectations they already have? The object of Victory Vault is to collect as much money as you can.
Oh, okay. Well, let me take these accessories off there really quickly.
As soon as that door closes, your 10 minutes starts.
I don't get to ask questions?
Not on Victory Vault. See you in 10 minutes.
All right.
Where's the cash?
It's like an escape room.
Am I supposed to push this?
Some people really want instructions.
Yeah.
I feel like if I push this, time is gonna be up.
Like Rebecca, all of our subjects immediately gravitated to the useless button.
That button is so salient.
Push the button. Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay. He was a little surprised at that.
Push the button. Oh, okay. I think I get it. Is it push the button? Will I push the button? Am I supposed to push the button? If you go on push the button, then they'll go on with the button, and I push it in the button.
It was clear that most of the superstitions began with the button, but evolved into something else very quickly, including this guy, whose superstitious behavior was doing absolutely nothing.
But he's just standing there.
Yeah. Will he do something?
Let's Twitch chat. What's you?
Maybe taking the money is bad?
I know strippers get singles for dancing.
Is he gonna dance? I hope he doesn't strip for us.
I can't dance like that. Maybe I can sweet talk the machine.
It's just giving me money at this point. I'm not doing anything.
He's no fool. He's not showing really much superstitious behavior. Even in Skinner's experiments, not all the pigeons showed superstitious behaviors.
Obviously, there's a game. I called it a game show.
Yeah.
But the money's just piling up like it's contagious.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Uh-oh.
He really doesn't want to push it.
Come on, press it 4 times, out comes the money.
Press it 4
Out
times?
comes the money.
Press it 4 times, out comes the money.
She believes that the pressing the button is necessary, is a cause. And the ritual consists of a few actions strung together.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
Can I push the button?
Time is up. Stay where you are. We will see you very soon.
I feel like I was supposed to push the button.
Pigeons don't enter a Skinner box with nearly as many preconceived notions as humans do. Humans come in with a rich diversity of expectations. Some think they need to perform for the camera or make the producers laugh. This guy thought that the secret was to just be different.
Oh,
D-Ran.
Oh, I thought.
Michael
a
doesn't
seat.
like that guy.
What was
Great work.
that?
What made the money come out?
This is what I thought at first. I thought it was a test not to push the button. And then as I kept saying a word, like phrasing button, it kept coming out, but I didn't know how it was supposed to be phrased.
Hit that button. Hit it a lot. As if your life depended on it.
I was
Oh
thinking,
my
what
God.
would people not do? Probably just stand there. So I was like,
Right.
well, let's just stand there and see what happens. Maybe they'll reward patience over impulsiveness.
You started doing exercises.
Yeah. I don't know if it rewarded you for just doing crazy things.
Did you learn anything?
that it was dispensing like $1 every, I don't know, like 30 seconds or something.
You're right. You had no control over when the money came out. It's pretty interesting.
That's the real 5-head, bro.
If that's because of who you are?
Yep.
Who are you?
That's just like my thought process, I think. Like, I'm just a very observant.
You came up with this great entering and exiting the room thing. Tell me about that.
Because the money didn't start coming out until after I waited, and nothing came out until after I left and came back in. You should have just left me in there to get more money. You made a sister work hard for her money, man.
Victory Vault, AKA Human Skinner Box Experiment. What are your thoughts?
We're really finding that humans are susceptible to superstitious beliefs or behaviors.
You know what? I totally agree. Except there were some people who were able to guess with some degree of confidence that they didn't have control.
Some people were probably just skeptical from the get-go.
Yeah.
And that's just their personality.
Yeah, the beliefs that people brought into that room really affected what beliefs or lack thereof they created in the room once the game started.
We're belief machines. We're pattern seekers. And there's even a belief that in psychology and in anthropology that may be the way a lot of rituals got started by accidental reinforcement. And then it becomes codified into a religion or a cultural practice.
Our human-sized Skinner box showed that when confronted with uncertainty, people often behave superstitiously, under the belief that they do have control. But of course, nothing anyone did in that box would make the money come out any faster. So those superstitions were lies. But sometimes, if a lie is believed in enough, it can literally become true.
Yeah. Like the N-word manifesto. Or you guys changing the reality surrounding the meaning of the word poo-poo piker, or brownout. Poo-poo piker you guys created, but brownout. Fuck you guys.
Like a placebo. Now, I've been watching a lot of horror movies lately, and they gave me an idea. If I'm able to find just the right pre-existing beliefs to wrap around a placebo, could I literally make people believe that I am possessing them with a spirit? I want to perform a sham reverse exorcism. Exorcisms are not some Hollywood fabrication. And they didn't only happen hundreds of years ago. In fact, in the United States alone, there are currently 50 priests endorsed by the Vatican's International Association of Exorcists, up from just 12 a decade ago. But what's a reverse exorcism?
Thank God they're on it, dude. Thank God they're on it. I'm glad that they are, the Vatican is up the ante. And now we have more priests doing exorcisms because we need it. What is your stance on DACA? What? Like, that's like asking me, do you think all humans should deserve clean water?
It's something I made up, where instead of removing a spirit from someone, you put one in them. I want to do that because I don't think it's ethical to tell someone they're possessed by a demon. But I'll need some help, and I know just who to ask. Dr. Vessier, thank you. I had a blast last season. I think that the work that we did and the things that you showed me related to our power of suggestion work together on placebos was so powerful.
Well, Michael, it's a real pleasure. I'm honored to be here again.
It also is why you're the person I thought of for what I want to do next. Building on the work we did last season, I want to explore belief and what I can and cannot control. I want to perform an accessory-assisted reverse exorcism. Reverse exorcism because I'm not going to tell you that you have a demon in you or something in you that I'm going to remove. You're fine. What I can do is make you feel like you're losing control.
You would like to experimentally induce a spirit possession experience.
Right.
I like that.
All right, let's talk details.
He's just lying.
Are there things we
He just
can
wants to
do
lie
to increase the effectiveness of our reverse exorcism?
Michael just loves to lie, dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could probably use some tricks from hypnosis. If we want them to have experiences, we need to suggest those experiences to them specifically. We would be using a lot of props from both religion and science to get people's critical minds to relax, and then we would throw in some suggestions.
So we've got religious iconography, and we've got the paraphernalia of medical science. Let's do this. Almost everyone feels a certain way in the presence of medical equipment. And even though not everyone observes the same religion, Swiss psychologist Carl Jung posited that a person's belief in a religious symbol wasn't necessary for it to exert an influence on them. Consciously, they may say it doesn't, but unconsciously, it will. With Dr. Vessier on board,
Jordan
I had
Peterson
Field's
just
art
entered the
department
chat.
mock up our lab with plenty of scientific and religious iconography. With our lab dressed to Vessier's specs, everything is in place for our reverse exorcism. Our 5 test subjects, pre-screened and vetted by a psychologist, arrived at the facility thinking that they were going to take part in a broad study on the science of religion. Immediately, we exposed them to things that would convince them of the seriousness of what they were about to do, such as filling out extensive paperwork.
Thank you. And they are running a few minutes behind.
And an extended period of time in the waiting room to increase anticipation and tension. We even used a fake participant to talk up his amazing experience in earshot of the real subjects.
How was it?
That was crazy. Yeah? That's something else.
And to really sell the illusion, we used multiple actors, like a fake receptionist, a nurse to check the patient's vitals, and a pretend priest to add credibility to the religious angle. Dr. Vessier played the role of a scientist, fascinated by the power of the ritual. This should influence our participants, because how could this all not be real if a guy in a white lab coat is taking it so seriously? So we are just about ready to begin. Now, I'm watching hidden cameras that we have in the exam room adjacent to us. So let's see what sorts of altered states of consciousness we can create today. Now, this is Jeremiah, and Jeremiah's been waiting for about an hour.
Stage for the chair. It's called an EEG cap. It just
What did you say?
your brain activity.
This is a really important part of selling the scientific realness of what we're doing.
Jeremiah, very pleased to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Gata Buru 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 Yan Yan.
Vessier to talk about how what's about to happen is special. It's not a normal ritual. In fact, it's not a ritual that any lay people really know about yet.
So the name of the study is a bit of a mouthful. So we're looking at neural correlates and physiologic markers of ritually induced mystical experiences. I have run this experiment about 30 times, and some people enter some kind of encounter with what they may call a divine.
I would literally never want to fucking go to this doctor ever again. Like, after this, I'd be like, no, dude. I saw you on the Michael Vsauce episode. You were just lying to people, you fucking piece of shit. I don't trust you anymore. Like, why would I ever trust? You have no respect for your profession. You're literally wearing a fucking doctor's, like, fit right now. He's not an MD. No, I think he is. He's also an MD, isn't he? He's not a doctor, he's a psychologist. He's an actor. No, he's not. No, he's actually, no, he is. I thought he was a neuroscientist.
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your father, the devil.
I'm pretty sure I'm right and you guys are wrong, by the way. I think, like, because when he met up with him, he was in a hospital. When he met up with him last season, he was literally at a hospital, wasn't he? Or am I thinking about someone else?
Presence.
How you going?
Okay, here comes the priest.
Jeremiah.
Father Callahan.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Father Callahan, the Stephen King character. Okay, we might have to change that.
Jeremiah, what I'd like you to do is relax. And I'd like you just to casually stare at the crucifix in the center.
We had our priest guide Jeremiah through a holy ritual, which we told him was 1,000 years old. But in actuality, Dr. Vessier wrote it himself just before the demonstration.
See? It's a fucking liar, dude. Piece of shit.
You want to let your hands raise towards the sky as your body falls away.
Getting someone to literally act possessed is definitely a difficult test of the placebo effect, so I'm not exactly sure what kind of results we can expect. However, I'm at least hoping that we learn from this how to better tap into the power of people's beliefs.
Whatever the spirit needs to speak, it will speak. So now as you keep relaxing, as the spirit prepares.
Jeremiah sat very still during the whole ritual, but we were curious about what he experienced.
So what did that feel like?
It's weird. I could feel like a presence. It's a little graphic. If someone like cut my head off, I didn't feel anything below.
Right. People don't normally have feelings of decapitation and numbness, so either we've stumbled upon a way to summon a spirit, or our belief manipulation is working.
So we've been working together on this project, and I was observing you from the other room.
This guy's jacked.
And there are two really powerful kinds of symbols in the room. Which one had the biggest kind of visceral effect on you?
I guess it was kind of a balance because, like, okay, it's religious and the nurse coming in.
Yeah.
Science. It kind of goes back and forth. So I want to say even.
Well, more has been going on than what you know at this moment. Joe, Father Callahan, was not a priest.
Speaking of summoning demons and the fake bullshit that happens in Christianity, Kanye West is going to be on Joel Osteen's megachurch performing this weekend. So that's pretty cool. Imagine still being a Kanye West fan after all of this. Y'all are so whack.
He's an actor, and everything that he read was written by Dr. Bessier. We're looking at how a thing that has no known causal link to any particular reaction or behavior or feeling can nonetheless induce a feeling.
Jeremiah's experience was pretty curious, and since nothing too serious happened, his head didn't spin around, we felt more comfortable pushing things a bit further.
I'm the lead behavioral scientist in charge of the experiment. This is my colleague, Dr. Stevens.
First, I interacted with the participants before the ritual to build up their expectation of something happening, like possession.
So today, you will be listening to a reverse exorcism.
Okay.
No
I
one-
don't want to be possessed.
No.
I want to be possessed.
We also decided to dim the lights to decrease their inhibitions and increase the atmosphere.
I think it's going to be great for our participants and for the whole mood. I mean, it's spooky stuff.
So before you can fully experience the divine, I'll simply just invite you to kind of relax.
And we decided to have Dr. Vessier lead the ritual instead of our priest, so that he could use his training in behavioral psychology to harness the power of suggestion. The priest continued to serve as an important religious anchor point for the subject to focus on.
All of your actions and reactions gradually fade and disappear as your body is now approaching the divine. You may notice your fingers tingling a little. You may feel your mouth needing to tweak a little.
Our mouth is opening. Slowly.
Michael, why are you whispering? You're in the other room, dumbass.
Feeling your mouth, perhaps. Gently, ever so slowly. You are now awake.
When the ritual ended, each of our participants had something very interesting to report.
He did definitely have an aura around him. Father.
I can feel just this everlasting joy and peace of God just covering me.
There was like a glowing figure, man, and then the cross was like right in front of me.
What?
We've got medical science and we've got ancient religious symbols. And what we're specifically looking at is how the accessories play into your expectations.
I liked the visual part. I didn't like the audio part. I wasn't connecting with it.
I've always thought that the kind of traditional ritualistic parts of church, they've just never appealed to me.
I think it was more the symbols. It was more comforting because that's just the way I was raised.
One of the most intriguing was our final subject, Miriam.
What was that like for you?
I went to another place.
Okay, okay.
I immediately felt my mother's, her spirit with me. She was telling me come towards her.
Okay.
And when I got closer, she was comforting me.
Okay.
And I heard an angel say, I'm here with you. I will never leave you.
What the fuck?
And I continued.
Bro, she is just popping off, dude. She's just like, fuck it. Hey, hell yeah, dude. Let's keep it going.
Wings.
Yes.
Interesting.
Miriam's experience seemed to have a profound effect on her, but I wanted to hear more about what exactly happened to her.
When you say that you saw things, describe for me what that was. Was it like a daydream, or was it more like
I feel like this is the shit that you don't put in the video. You know what I mean? This is like embarrassing. Now he's gonna have to fucking turn around and be like, you made all that shit up, lady. Like, you made literally all of this up. Like, we were filming you. It's embarrassing. You're a dumbass. Why would you? Like, oh God. Oh yeah, yeah.
There. It was extremely vivid. I could feel the wind. I saw it blowing across.
She's still going.
I could vividly see my mother standing there smiling at me. She looked beautiful.
Wow. The fact that Miriam had an out-of-body experience and saw her deceased mother was almost puzzling, because everything we did in the room was a lie. The priest was not real. The ritual was not 1,000 years old. The nurse was an actress. But yet, Miriam's experience and those of the other participants were real.
The thing that surprised me the most today was how personal every single moment was. I think because of a combination of the powerful imagery, both...
Bro, this is... Okay, honestly, I love the fucking dipshits in the chat who take what I say seriously and get like upset, who are like, you're missing the point, dude. You're just like missing the point of these fucking experiments. First of all, no, I'm not. I get it. It's still funny to make fun of Michael for being a pathological liar. Secondly, like, it's not that deep either, idiot. This is not like a serious scientific experiment. Like, this is just an elaborate way that Michael is literally lying to people, and he just has more money and cool stuff and knows people to be able to lie to people. And then we just sit around and we watch it, and we just laugh at how dumb the people are, okay? He just fucks with people in every episode, dude. Good content.
And scientific, it becomes the most powerful...
No, I love the show. I watch it all the time.
...experience they've had. Even if you're a very staunch atheist, a cross, an electionary, these things, they're pregnant with meaning.
We seem to have found that by using those cues, people were able to tune in very, very deeply and to relinquish their sense of self-control.
Here's a question. What's the difference between what we did today and what an actual priest can do?
That's a really controversial question. I think the difference is that unlike the priest, we understand the mechanisms through a more psychological route, whereas many priests might themselves be convinced that they are facilitating communication with the divine.
And perhaps they are. The results can be the same.
Okay, shut up, Michael.
Regardless of the intentions of the facilitators. There's no way to prove whether or not God worked in this room today.
I guess ultimately, with the tools of science, no, there isn't. And these are still some really difficult philosophical questions.
So, we have demonstrated that our brains are belief-making machines. Rather than accepting confusion and uncertainty, we create superstitions and beliefs that make us feel like we have control over our lives. In fact, to not form a superstition or belief...
I'm just kind of mad that he didn't push for Sharia in any of the episodes, you know what I mean? Maybe that's why I just criticize Michael. I'm harsh on him because I want him to be better.
...or guess about the world around us is to be powerless. Even when superstitions are unconnected to reality. That doesn't mean they can't be powerful. Our reverse exorcism ritual and its practitioners were all placebos. But the mere existence of our subjects' beliefs in them made them real and transformative. So, does that make us all fools? I don't know. But I don't believe so. And as always, thanks for watching.
Hi Vsauce, Michael here. Is Sharia law just and not only that? Is it the only path to human salvation? True. Hi Michael, Vsauce here. Is usury a sin? Today we're talking about how Sharia law got a lot of stuff right. Jihad oftentimes gets a bad rap here in the United States. But today we're going to talk about what the real jihad is, the jihad of the mind. Let's watch the Christians. Get a haircut, you're turning Dobre on us. Whatever, dude. Why is everyone so fucking obsessed with what's going on at the top of my dome, dude? This is the true jihad.